Hello. Hi, everybody. It's the Love Witch. It's noon on Sunday, which is our time slot for the Love Witch Live. And I can't wait to welcome you onto the show and to this episode of the Love Witch. Today, we're going to be talking about reproduction and issues held within the reproductive system and the sexual organs themselves. So we're going to dive into that. We're going to be talking about any reproductive issues that you may need healing from. And we're going to just have a really nice open discussion about how you can go about healing any of these issues yourself. We'll also throw in a healing meditation during this episode so that no matter where you're at with what you're dealing with in your own body with reproduction, that you can experience some healing today as well. We're also going to be answering questions, giving out some spiritual advice, and just having a nice chat. So when you pop in, when you have questions about healing the reproductive system or anything relating to the Love Witch, go ahead and put that right in the chat box so that we can see those questions and answer them live for you during this episode. So I like to always just chat a little bit before we get started, giving everyone time to tune in from Facebook, from YouTube, and just letting everybody get settled and ready for this episode. We've had such a marvelous time meeting people from all over the world. I'm so thrilled that the Love Witch has been able to reach and connect with so many people. It's wonderful. So I always want to thank you so much for tuning in and for sharing your time with us, and always in the hopes and the intention, more so, that we're raising your own love vibration, really allowing you to step into more self-love and vibrate in a higher loving energy so that you too can experience more love right here in the physical world, that you can attract in your soulmate and you can manifest with ease. Love is an extremely high vibration. And when you heal your stuff in here, you naturally vibrate higher in love. You vibrate in whole healed energy. And that's what we're after. We want to help you to heal any of the things that you've experienced in life that may be still blocking your energy and blocking your flow. And when it comes to the reproductive organs and sexuality, we also hold our creativity there, our ability to manifest, our ability to make money. So it's really important to all aspects of your life that we get in there and help heal these issues so that you can truly move forward and have the kind of life that you desire. So thank you, Lonnie. I've got my beautiful assistant, Lonnie, my moderator. Hello. She's with me again. So hi, Holly Lee. Nice to see you, honey. Thanks for tuning in. So Lonnie's here assisting me again today. And I thought we would read right out of the Spiritual Anatomy Guidebook so that I can give you this description of the reproductive healing and then open up for questions and answers. And we'll go into all kinds of content about this and how this energy might be showing up in your life so that you can heal it. We're all about the healing here. Hi, Mary Klein. Welcome. Yeah, people are just starting to tune in. And we thank you for being here. As always, if you're interested in winning the Love Charm Bag, we give one away every single episode. We mail them all over the world. So if you're interested, do hashtag Love Charm Bag so that Lonnie can see that in the chat room. And then she'll be able to draw one of the people during this episode at the very end that we will be mailing that to first thing tomorrow. We always do it first thing on Monday morning. So, hi, Allison. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start by reading the description that we have in the Spiritual Anatomy book, and then you guys can ask questions, and we'll kind of elaborate more on the content, okay?
For those of you tuning in for the first time, too, by the way, she wrote the Spiritual Anatomy Divination card book. So this is all really amazing, beautiful, channeled information that comes from a really high place. It's every time I read it, I just get a bunch of answers that I didn't expect to have. So also, if you guys want to buy these, it's in the description below, the divination card book and the or card deck and the descriptive book they both come together.
Yeah, see, this is the book that Lonnie and I made together. She was still a teenager. I wrote the book and she did all the artwork on the cards. So the card right here on the screen, oops, my finger goes the opposite way. That one right there, Lonnie painted this. It is a full-size painting, and then we were able to reduce them into cards. So it's a really amazing collaborative effort. Both of us, she channeled the artwork and the way that she wanted that healing to come through for people as they saw and connected with the cards. And then my information is channeled information on the healing. And so it'll reach you the way that it needs to help open up your eyes and also help you connect to what may be going on with you in your life, in your body, in your spiritual body, and provide some suggestions for how to heal it, which would be most effective for you. So yeah, it's a really great collaboration. One of the first we did. So it's one of our love projects. And that's why we like to use it here on the Love Witch. So thank you, Holly. I appreciate it. Oh, good. Allison, thank you so much. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and read this so that we can open up the information about healing in the reproductive system. Okay, so this card, when this card comes up, when you've selected this card, which we did today, so someone tuning in needs to hear this information. It's time for you to acknowledge the sexual issues in your life that need to be healed. This could include the actual sex organs, along with issues relating to pregnancy, infertility, impotency, or coming to terms with your sexuality. Oftentimes, people are afraid of their own sexual desires because of how they were raised. Others have experienced sexual abuse as a child and now have a tainted view about sex. Unhealed issues about sex can prevent a person from being able to feel safe and intimate. These are issues that are coming up for you because it is time to heal any unresolved fear, anger, or victimhood that was created by your experiences. Allow your body to release these emotional traumas and trust that you are perfect and whole. Sex can be a sacred act and is completely natural for people to enjoy together. When your sacral chakra is healed and functioning properly, you will enjoy more abundance in life and feel more creative. Feeling sexy and knowing how to truly be intimate with others is a form of self-expression and self-love. Release all fear or shame you may have about your body or any past actions and embrace your new sexy self. I also have in here a few other suggestions that are related around this. It is possible that the wound you carry has to do with childbearing or the loss of a baby. Be nurturing with yourself as you heal this wound. Release any performance anxiety you have regarding sex. When you learn to connect with your partner on a deeper level, your anxiety will end. If you have any organs removed due to dis-ease, you are called to do a healing on the phantom organ. Your body still holds on to the emotional aspect that created the disease, and you would benefit from this healing. And for some of you, a baby is on the way. So that's the description in here. I try to be very thorough with them to really hit on any issues that you have that you carry in that part of your body. And in this case, in your reproductive organs, in that entire system. This seems to be an area that many people carry trauma in. It could be from molestation. It could be from inappropriate touch. It could be as small or as large. You know, sometimes people experience trauma from something that seems really pretty normal to other people, while other times people do have a severe trauma. And it doesn't matter what way that you experienced it. If your body is holding on to that energy, it will really prevent you from full self-expression and fully healing and fully being functioning in all of your organs, your sexual system, but also that affects your creativity and your money. Like we said earlier, the reproductive system is in your sacral chakra, and this is where you have enjoyment for life. This is where you feel abundant. This is where you create amazing things from. So it's very, very important to pull out any traumas from this part of your body and to bring healing and wholeness so that you really can thrive. And it really is so amazing.
I want to add to that too, because the sacral chakra is all about being able to receive and experience pleasure. And
yes,
we, often forget that, we think, oh, it must just be sex. Like it must just be feeling that, but it applies to every area of your life. That could be experiencing pleasure through, friendships, through food, through opportunities, through joy, through
absolutely,
so many different things. But when that chakra is blocked, it doesn't just block, any sexual experiences. It also blocks like receiving joy and pleasure from all the other things in your life.
Absolutely. And that would probably be one of the clearest indications if you have a block or trauma in your sacral chakra. If you're going through life doing these things, but not feeling the joy of them and not feeling the pleasure of them. Sometimes we do actually have missing feelings in our body and we feel very disconnected from the experiences that we're going through. This would be indicative that you do have some trauma there that just needs to be healed. And what I love about the way that we do it is that we don't go, it's not like a typical therapy where you go into it and bring it up and talk about it over and over, because that's really recreating it and then reinstilling it all over throughout your aura and in your energetic field where you attract more of the same from. So our approach is getting into the feelings, what it brought up for you, what kind of fake belief systems were created because of the trauma. Things like, I'm not lovable, I'm no good, nobody will nurture me, I'm not safe here. And we simply remove those programs and we can bring in new feelings for you to help you actually be able to feel enlivened again and feel loved and safe and nurtured. So the work that we do is really fast. It's really, really beneficial for people that have experienced any kind of trauma at any point in their life. There was a time period I'd say probably about 10 years ago, where a lot of my work was actually with women that had experienced an abortion earlier in life. And, maybe they did it in their 20s and then now they're 40s or 50s. And suddenly they're realizing that they have some spiritual energy around them that's unhealed, that's holding them back. Sometimes there's a shame afterwards or regret. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes they feel very much like they did the right thing, but spiritually, energetically, their body still holds on to the trauma. So it's not about a judgment on whether or not it's right or wrong. It's just about healing the energy and ensuring that your spiritual energy is as clear and healed as possible so that you really can have a beautiful, loving life. So other people that experience trauma in this area would be people that have had miscarriages or that couldn't get pregnant. And sometimes we actually find that a woman that's in this position may be carrying some genetic programs from her grandmother, her great-grandmother. Then she was the one that had a sexual trauma, but it carried down through the genetic line. So wherever you're at with it, if you have any feelings holding you back from being truly creative, expressive sexually, and healthy in your reproductive system, it's very, very important to heal that.
And what I love about the spiritual anatomy divination card deck is that, and even just the Love Witch episodes, is how we forget how important it is to acknowledge that our bodies are representations of our spiritual health.
Yes.
So if we're experiencing blocks in our chakras, or if we're having a difficult time even just like receiving gifts from people, that is a good indication that, like, if somebody gives to you and you instantly feel guilty, that's a really telltale sign that your sacral chakra is blocked or is experiencing like it's just not flowing the way that it should be.
Yeah, or the over-giving thing. If somebody gives you a gift and you don't know how to truly receive it, your first inkling is to do something back for them. That's showing that you're not being able to allow yourself to receive. And so we want to make sure that, you do know how to receive. It's very, very important. And actually that affects your heart chakra as well.
Yeah.
When you can't receive love, your heart actually becomes blocked in the part that receives blood. So not the part that pumps it out. You might be a giver and that part of your heart might be working just fine, but it does affect the part that comes into your heart.
And it's okay. It's okay to be a giver, and it's okay,
sure.
but just making sure that you're in balance with yourself and knowing that you're also worthy and deserving of receiving.
Yes.
Okay.
Receiving is truly it's so impactful. I think, sometimes people go through life, and I don't, like some kids in my family, I can say, okay, you're a giver, you're a taker, but it's really important to find balance. That's the most important thing. You don't want to be an overgiver or you become depleted. And you don't want to just be a taker, because that's not a reciprocal energy. You're not giving anything to balance that energy, right? Mm-hmm. So it's nice when you can actually identify that and see what's going on, and then find out where you are balancing with these energies. But it is very, very important for you to be able to receive and to feel the joy of life, and to be able to be self-expressive and comfortable and natural with your body. And sometimes we talk about, well, in this card in particular, a lot of sexual issues come up. So sometimes people have issues with how they identify sexually, or with their own gender. And that also causes people to carry a lot of shame in this area of their body. So it's very, very important to release that shame, or any kind of judgment or projections or fear about, that people are not going to receive you or love you. It's very, very important to know that you are perfect and you're divine. And we just want to get rid of the feelings that hold you back from any ability to love yourself and be loved by others.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Do you want to talk?
Sure.
Okay. Lonnie's going to join over here.
Yeah, I'll just squeeze in. I want to add to that. I have some people that are very close to me and some friends that do not identify with the gender that they were born with, and that's perfectly okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we are just spiritual beings living in a physical experience, and we're just deciding to be humans for a while, which is really cool. And especially, the love, which is all about love and acceptance, and whoever you are is whoever you are, and that's okay. And you should be accepted and loved just exactly as is. So I think that so many people that are having struggles with this definitely have struggles with themselves and their own self-love.
Yeah.
And this chakra is often super blocked. And it's so important to devote healing and time to be able to love and accept yourself, and to know that you're worthy of love, you're worthy of friendship, and having healthy relationships and all of it. So
many people don't realize that too, that the heart chakra is very related to your sacral chakra.
Yeah.
In fact, I write about that just a little bit in my book, The Love Book, where I teach people how to do the sacred breath to connect with each other. And that's basically connecting the sacral chakra with the heart chakra so that you have more union in your partnership. And it does not matter if you're male or female or both the same. It does not matter. One will identify a certain way more so than the other with how they relate in their feeling or in their spiritual body. And so it helps you really connect with your partner better to learn how to do this sacred breath, because it will connect you in your heart and your sacral and make sure that you're having unison and balance within that relationship. And it really increases your ability to be intimate and hold together as a couple.
Yeah.
So I thought I was going to say something else as you were talking about that, Lonnie. I know what I was going to say. So Lonnie has a lot of friends, which is wonderful, because it's really helped me to understand something that I didn't have any kind of exposure to earlier in my life. And I have sat with that and kind of, I always ask God, what is about this, And I feel that it's actually about bringing some more balance to humanity. I feel like it's a softening, it's a healing. I feel like it's a balancing, bringing more peace to, it's not about being one or the other and being so rigid and male or female. It's about just finding balance within yourself and being whoever you want to be, and knowing that you're valuable of being loved. But I do feel like, because there's more focus on it now than ever before. And I love it that people have evolved and are so much more loving and accepting. It's not like it used to be, where people were very fearful of everything that was different. They're not so held within their their dogma of religion. They truly are showing up more loving and more accepting and more understanding. But I really feel like that is a lot of what this has brought onto the earth. I feel like it's a balancing of energies.
Absolutely.
And so it's really important that if you identify this way or a loved one does, that you're being really mindful about how loving you are and accepting you are, and that you're having the awareness that there's a reason for this. This is nothing wrong with these people that are experiencing this. And if they may feel that way because people make them feel that way, it's absolutely wrong. And the family should be the first one to know that this is intentional and that their soul has a beautiful big purpose, and to embrace that with love and to release all shame or anything that they carry around that. So
yeah, there shouldn't be any stigma or shame.
Right.
It should just be acceptance and love and just, just peace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I think is going on.
Yeah.
So, okay. So do we have, let's see what Allison says. Okay.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah. I'm trying. I'm like, where's my glasses? Like, I can't see. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Dolly. Yeah. Thank you.
Allison asks, will I ever have love again? What my husband Paul gave me before he died, I feel like I won't be able to love again.
Oh, Allison, yes, you will, honey. Your husband Paul was preparing you. Whenever we have true love, it is a gift from spirit, not just the individual. They're like really being like the divine connector for you between yourself and spirit. So when somebody really loves you, they prepare you to receive more love. So it's never about, I was only loved once and I'll never be loved again. If you have been loved, you're already set up and prepared to be loved again and to be loved more. So love is like a journey where we are always increasing our love vibration and our ability to give and receive love. And when we know that, then we can really have that understanding about, it's not just about if a relationship fits you or if a person in the relationship serves you, right? Sometimes that's putting us into the ego where we can be very controlling and rigid about the way that we experience love. But if we're really, really receiving the intention of the love, the energy of love, that is something that is a true gift for you. And that stays with you forever. And that means that you can call it in, that you can experience it more easily, that you're already programmed and set up to have more and more love. So, and personally for you, Allison, I do know that you're going to have more love. I do know that you're going to have a partner again. And I don't think it's going to be that long, but you are healing some big things here. So just be gentle with yourself and know that that was the gift that your husband gave you, that Paul put love into your body, and you will be activated again with loving a partner, but keep that love alive rather than feeling the missing, the longing, the lack, and the grief so heavily. Focus on that love that you got to experience and express and feel. If you can stay in that energy, then you'll actually attract in a new partner to come in and love you sooner. Okay. But you definitely have one coming in. So
I actually want to add to that.
Yeah.
I think today, especially today, and like leaving the love witch, I feel like every episode, I want you guys to think about like, how are you not just attracting and creating love in your life, but what did you say? You said something about like being able to feel love. Like what do you do to create love? What do you do to give love today? So I think at the end of this episode today, I want you to think about what you're doing to give love.
Yeah, I love that. That's really funny that you brought that up, Lonnie.
Yeah.
You're in my mind. Our minds are already becoming one. Yes, before this episode, I was actually meditating on that topic as well. And I had the same idea. It was like, we come on as the love witch to provide love. We love you and we want you to help you love yourself more. Embrace yourself, embrace others around you, raise your love vibration, right? And heal those blocks and limits and heal the baggage and the traumas and everything that makes you feel unlovable. So the game is to raise your love vibration, and that's where your greatest joy, happiness, and abundance truly are. Your most fulfilling life is there for you. We just have to straighten out our vibration and raise that love vibration. So if you learn one thing, the most important thing from the Love Witch, it's about being loving. And so how do you receive more love from the universe? How do you receive more love from a partner? You become more the vibration of love.
You become love.
You do become love. Yeah.
And you give that love to yourself, because what you are is what you attract. So if you're constantly seeking somebody to replenish your love, your little like love cup. Yeah. If you're trying to find somebody to fill that for you and you're constantly seeking, it's never going to get full. If you just fill it up for yourself, you're going to find somebody whose inner cup is already full. We talk about this all the time, the same kind of metaphor, but when your cup is full, you naturally attract people whose cups are full.
Yes.
You just align with it. And then suddenly you're able to create this beautiful, lasting, peaceful, loving relationship.
Yeah. And what I see a lot of times is when people are carrying the traumas, they're carrying the wounds from their past that aren't healed, and they are trying to love themselves the best they can under these circumstances, they may come off rigid or demanding or controlling about how their partner needs to show up, because they're protecting their heart. They're protecting what they have. They have gone through something very difficult and they don't want to ever have it happen again. So they're holding, like they're in a holding pattern. And then they're like, you show up this way and you show up that way, because they don't feel safe. They don't feel like they can be vulnerable or intimate or open to love. And so part of this experience in love is to realize that there needs to be a softening, okay? That you can be safe. You can put the guard down, that you can let somebody come close to you, really loving, without having to be protective and have your swords up and ready to cut everyone out of your life, right? Because that's an over defense mechanism. So a truly loving energy is somebody who's vibrating in love, who's respecting themselves, who can still be soft in their energy of protecting themselves or having healthy boundaries without having to be just wickedly defensive about, don't cross my boundaries, don't step over here, don't do that, So if you realize like an overcorrection has occurred in your life, just take a moment today to realize how you can soften that energy and how you can be more open and available to love. It does not mean that you're going to allow people to mistreat you. It just means that you're putting that sword down and you're being more receptive, surrendering. I like the word surrender. It's like put the fight down, surrender to your faith, surrender to divinity, surrender to the energy of love. And in that energy, you'll actually bring in people that you don't have to protect yourself from. You'll actually bring in more loving individuals that are also open and vulnerable and available to really love you.
I want to add to that too, like talking about the energy of love. The energy of love and the energy of trust are two very similar concepts.
Yeah.
Because you're not only trusting others, you're also trusting yourself, and you're also trusting the universe.
Mm-hmm.
And love is not an energy of like needing to control or needing to like, I'm seeking love, like I need to have this and like need to have whatever.
Yes.
It's like, no, you just move forward and you just are. You just exist. You just embody the energy of love, which is the energy of like trust and peace and acceptance and all of that. And you just attract it. It's
like an internal feeling. And so I think this is also one of the biggest mistakes people make is when they're looking for a partner to love, they're looking for their soulmate, is that they're looking for him or her out there, and they've got a description and they know what job they need to have and they know how they want to be treated, but they're not actually showing up in a vibration of love for that person. They're showing up in, well, you suit me, there you are, and what are you going to do for me? Well, that's not love. That's not love. Okay. And so if you're a person that's looking for your mate and you're wondering where they are, that's where you need to just do the work in here to be peaceful and vibrating high and be kind and loving and trusting. And as you move through crowds of people in the world, you'll actually resonate people in who want to be soft and lovable with you. So keep that in mind. Instead of looking for it out there, put it right in here, and then you're going to attract it. It's just going to happen. That's the way it works. So just like I was talking about with Allison earlier, her husband gave her the biggest gift of all because he loved her. So she has this energy in her body. She has the receptivity of it. So all she has to do is tune in with that instead of feeling the lack or the missing of it because he's passed. Focusing on the love that was there keeps it active. It keeps it active in your body. It vibrates high and it attracts more of the same. And that can be applied towards anybody in any circumstance. You know, if you had a loving experience with a person and then your partnership broke up, you can still activate the love you received from that person by going back to moments in time that were really loving and soft and sweet and intimate with that person, and only focus on those and feel gratitude for them. That will help you reactivate it in your body no matter whatever happened after that. Okay. No matter what kind of breakup there was. And this does not mean you're going to call that person back into your life. You're simply activating what's already yours, the feelings of love that you received as a divine gift through this person. So as you activate that, you're literally bringing in more energy of the same. You're becoming a love magnet, and you're allowing other people to come in and spot that in you and feel it in you. It's a vibration, and they're attracted to it. And if they have been loved, they will recognize it within you, and they'll want to come in and connect with you. And that's all about how we find our soulmates. This is how we vibrate high. This is how we have our best, most joyful, creative life. And with our divine counterpart, this is how we come together and how we recognize each other and come into relationship. Okay, you're welcome, Allison. And we have Elaine Lee. Thank you for tuning in.
Elaine actually has a question here.
Sure.
Hello, can you tell me if I will meet someone again who I can trust and who will treat me well?
Of course, Elaine. Yes. So what I want you to work on is the actual energy of trust. It feels like it feels like your circle is quite small of people that you interact with, that you have close relationships with. And I want you to actually use them as a way to help grow your energy for trust. So what I mean by that is if you have a close friend, it can be a female or male, doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if it's a family member either, but somebody who's kind and loving to you that you have a good bond with. I want you to focus on trust every time you interact with them, whether it's in a conversation, whether it's in person, whether they ask you to do something and you do, or you ask them for a favor and they fulfill it. That helps you grow your trust. Okay. And so I want you to utilize the current people that you have in your life, that you have in relationship, to grow your own energy of trust. It's really important that you can identify that any feelings like lack of trust comes from our own self. And then we attract other people who will mistreat us and keep that energy growing. Okay. So I want you to not worry about trusting someone or not trusting somebody. I want you to utilize the people in your current life to grow your own energy of trust with. And this will actually help you to attract in more trustworthy people.
And remember to love attracts love.
Yes. Yes.
Fill up your own cup. Don't everybody seeks a partner to come and step into their life. That's absolutely so valid and so okay and amazing, but to make sure that's not your main focus. Make sure you love yourself wholly. Just devote all that time and energy that you would be giving to another person, channel that right back into you and see what happens, because it's just going to naturally come into place. It's going to, because you're not constantly seeking and waiting for someone to come and step into your life.
Yeah.
You just are that
Again,
person.
we don't want to look. We don't want to be like, where are they? That. We want to be like, oh, here it is. I'm trusting life today. I am, and I am, right? I forgot the I am. So that's what you're invoking there too. So what you can actually do, Elaine, is be like, I am trusting. Today, I'm trusting more than I trusted yesterday. Today, I'm growing in my trust. Today, I'm trustworthy. Today, I trust my friend, my mother, whoever it is that's around you, right?
Today, I love myself.
Yeah.
Treat yourself with kindness and give yourself permission to just be who you are.
Yes. Yeah. And the more you do that and the more you say that, I am, I am trustworthy, I am trusting, right? And I attract trustworthy people. Say those things to yourself and grow that energy. And it's a kind of a matter of refocusing away from things that have left you feeling that you could not trust people. Everybody, honestly, everybody has experienced this over and over and over. But the problem is when we get together and talk about it, we actually grow that energy and attract more of it. So let's close the door on that. And let's look at every single day growing your ability to trust, growing your ability to recognize trust and know that you're trustworthy and that it's possible to trust another. So continue working with that energy, dear. I feel like when you come up a few more notches in that area, you'll be able to easily attract in somebody that really wants to be with you, that's trustworthy, that's a good mate for you.
They'll naturally just resonate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And it won't even be an issue. Can I trust this person? The trust will be there because they'll be coming in authentic to connect with you. Yeah. All right. So we got some more people in here. Yes, make sure. Oh, Lonnie, can you hand me the love charm bag?
Yeah.
Make sure that if you would like the love charm bag, do hashtag love charm bag in the chat box so we can select somebody. Oh, there you go.
I just saw that's the mug that I grabbed today, and I was like, oh, look at that.
Yes.
Speaking of our topic today.
Yes, exactly. So, of course, as you know, the love charm bag giveaway, it's got a little red rose, a little scroll with a love note, a seashell. We've got calendula, a little teeny tiny thank you charm. We've got lavender. We've got a little rose quartz heart inside, and then a little heart charm, and it's in a pink bag because this is the color for soulmate love, which is what this is all about, right? We want to increase the love vibration and help you attract your soulmate. Now, one of the things that I love about soulmate love, in case you don't know, is that it's just a sweet, compassionate love. So this is not the fiery, hot, romantic love that's going to burn hot and then go out. When you attract your soulmate, this is somebody that you can grow with, that you can be on a divine life path with, which means joyful, harmonious, that you can build things in the world, that you can both heal, and maybe not at the same time, maybe you take turns, but you're both going to be devoted to bringing your level of relationship up higher and higher into the love vibration. And it's a very, very sweet, kind energy. So that's what we are focused on, is helping you get your love vibration high, truly loving yourself so that you can enjoy this kind of partnership in your soulmate relationships.
I remember reading something somewhere too that always kind of stuck with me. And the first time I read it, I was like, that's not true. Like, nuh-uh. But like, I've always kind of come back to it. And I think the older that I've gotten, the more that it actually has resonated. But it talks about how, like, when you find your person, you feel peace. You don't feel like thrilled and excitement and butterflies. No, you feel like you're home. Like, you feel comfortable. You feel safe and warm. But it's not like a roller coaster of emotions. It should just be like a very like safe, like resting, like you're floating on a lake. Like, you just should feel like the energy of love is just like gracefully floating you along. And that's not to say that you can't have passion and attraction and joy and excitement with this person. But when you're around them, you don't feel like you're going up and down and up and down and butterflies and explosions and roller coaster and like crazy stuff. It should just feel like very calming.
It just feels, that's what it feels like. It feels like kind of just water washing over you. And it just feels like, it feels soft. It feels expansive. It feels natural. And, I'll admit, I'm one of those people that I always like the like hot, steamy stuff, so I would come high in passion and then be super let down and brokenhearted and then hot after some, you know what I mean? Like high, low. And I have learned in my maturity, my age, but I think mostly because of my healing, to be in my own energy is where I don't go as high and as low, but I still feel very, very passionate. But I'm able to actually be in a more centered, peaceful space with myself, which means I can enjoy that with a partner.
That's actually a good question too. How do you guys stay in your energy? What are you doing right now to like channel that love that you're attracting into yourself? Like, what are you doing to boost your own inner self-love so that you can boost your love signal to attract the person that you're meant to be with. So what are you doing? Like, what, like, are you guys doing self-care activities? Are you, feel free to answer us in the comments so we can give you a shout out. Cause I'm actually genuinely curious, like whatever you're doing might help somebody else too. If we like mention it, like somebody might need to know what you're doing and they never thought of what could help them. So.
Absolutely. And I've had people tell me, because of the Love Witch with the pink and all that, trying to spread the soulmate pink love energy. I've had people tell me they're wearing pink underwear. They're like, oh yeah, just put their sassy little pink underwear on underneath their work clothes. And it's a reminder to them every time they see it, like, I'm loving myself and I'm attracting love.
Or like doing things that are like good for long term too, like eating better.
Yes.
Or making just healthier choices, like with friendships or having stronger boundaries.
Lonnie,
like,
put yourself on when you're talking. Oh, can you?
Oh, I can't because our audio.
Okay.
But like
having stronger boundaries, or like just having, you know, more clarity of self. Like, are you dating yourself?
Well, I actually love that one,
because that's super important. Like, date yourself.
Yeah, you know,
like, do you know yourself? Because date yourself. That's all.
You
go ahead.
No, that's true. Because I've had people before that would call me for dates, and I'd be like, oh no, thank you. I'm already, you know, having a beautiful night. And it's like I have this gorgeous dinner that I just prepared for myself, and I've got candles and wine and flowers. And I'm like, I don't wait for somebody to bring that to me. I bring it to myself. I enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy that for myself. And that keeps my love vibration very high, which is also very attractive to people that are interested in dating you. So they know they have to come in at a certain level and appreciate you the same way that you're currently appreciating yourself. So however that shows up for you, yours might be completely different than mine, but however you live your life that way, you're sending a very loud, clear signal to everybody who's potentially coming in to meet you to treat you the same way. So that's why you want to watch that self-talk. We want to really work on healing the reproductive issues. And
self-talk is a huge one, because how you talk to yourself is going to attract somebody that talks to you the same way.
Right.
So if you have really negatives, and not always, but sometimes it's pretty common. Like if you're having negative self-talk or negative patterns are playing in your brain, you're going to attract somebody at a lower vibration that probably either talks to themselves in the same way, and it's going to manifest in some horrible, like, toxic ways in your relationship. It's going to be just like really challenging to get through, or they're going to talk to you that way too, because your vibration is literally projecting that.
Yes.
So find ways to talk to yourself more kindly, and date yourself and treat yourself kindly. Like, and I think even when you're in a relationship, you should always be dating yourself. Like, you're with yourself for like your entire life. Every single day, 24/7, you're stuck with you. If you don't like this person, that's a big old problem. You gotta like devote that time to yourself. Like, you know, feed yourself well, make sure you're getting enough rest, make sure that you are experiencing the pleasures. And as you know, it's like we talked about with the reproductive card, like experience the pleasures that make you happy in your life.
Yes.
You know, make sure you're paying attention to your hobbies, and everything that you do should be in alignment with moving yourself forward on the journey of self-love. And it's not always like bubble baths and face masks.
Sometimes just simple. Routines. Yeah.
I mean, it can be. I mean, that's self-care, but like self-love, that's like, do I want to get my master's? Do I want to move to a different state? Do I want to go on more adventures? Do I want to change my diet? Do I want to lose weight? Do I want to continue to invest in myself in a way that puts me as a priority? And once you start doing that, it's like everything in your life shifts, because it's like the universe is like, whoa, she's taking this seriously. Because remember, you're a piece of the universe. You're a little piece of the universe. So when you put yourself first, the universe is like literally like so on your side. It's so on your team. It's like going to propel you and just burst you forward in ways that you'd never expected.
Yes. And I was reading something the other day too, is about having like a sacred ritual about the way you live your life. Okay. So this is like nothing extraordinary. This just means that when you wake up, it's like, okay, I'm waking up, I'm making my bed. I can either be like disgruntled, I can either leave it unmade, or I could be like, da, 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 you know, chirping along, humming along, and straightening up my pillows and making it like a ritual, like, oh, isn't this beautiful now? I have everything just right, you know, and gently moving throughout your day. Like, now I want to make breakfast. Do I just want to grab something and shove it down my mouth? Or would I like to make like a really nice egg breakfast and cut up some fruit next to it? Or go outside and have my coffee and listen to the birds sing to me. You know, so think about every single thing you do as kind of a self-love ritual. and a sacred moment. Everything, brushing your teeth, brushing your hair, walking past the mirror, and instead of going, oh, I'm looking older, I'm looking fatter, whatever, you know, you can literally just be like, you know, send yourself some love.
I'm beautiful.
Yes, good
I'm
morning.
freaking fine.
Yes,
Look
just-
at me. Oh my God.
Just like all of you guys. You guys are beautiful too.
Yeah, but say it to yourself.
Yes, say it right now. Say it with
Say
us.
it to
Say,
yourself.
I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
I'm loved.
I'm loved.
I'm magical.
I'm magical.
I can create anything I want to.
I can create anything I want to.
So keep doing it, you guys. Honestly, just sweet talk yourself every single day.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Affirmation. That's what it is. Affirmation.
Yes.
Words of affirmation. Say it to yourself.
And feel it. Feel it
Feel
when
it.
you're saying it.
Feel it. The more you say it, I think the more you feel it too. Or like
Absolutely.
focus on like feeling it.
Yes.
That'll really just like zap it right to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So make sure that that you do that for yourselves. And what time are we at, Lonnie? We should probably pull out
45.
yeah, do we have any questions? Anybody in
Yeah.
here have questions for us? One of the things I do want to talk about as you're healing any reproductive issues, any sexual trauma, or any kind of feelings that you have that are unhealed within your body, it's really important to, I always say, put your hand on that body part that you want to heal. So in this case, you would put it just below your navel, up a few inches. That's where your sacral chakra is, and that's where most of your reproductive organs are. So if you just take your hand and place it on your body, and you can close your eyes and just tune in with that body and tune in with your energy there. And you can say this to yourself. You can just take a moment to breathe, to tune in, and just say, I love you. I forgive you. I love you. You're whole. You're healed. This event is no longer happening. I release it. You're healed. You're whole. You're loved. Okay, so go through that type of energy and just watch as any old memory or cellular memory or spiritual energy that has been tainted by any trauma just leaves. Just watch it leave easily. The only thing that holds it to you is your memory of it and any issues that are unhealed around it, okay? So just watch it leave. You no longer need to hold that energy within your body, and just fill it up. Watch the energy just fill up with light and with the energy of love, self-love, and watch it just become whole and healed as it fills up. And you'll notice that this really helps you radiate with more self-love easily. It helps you create things and be more creative in general. It helps you to create more abundance and to express yourself in loving, intimate relationships, and to have more fun and just be more joyful about the whole process, the way that you're living your life. So, okay. So, honey, do we have people in the chat room with the hashtag love charm? So we're about to get ready for that. Oh, before we do that, I do want to pull some hearts for you guys that are tuned in. So let's see what we have. These are the heart charms that we have. Okay, I'm just gonna mix these up. Okay. Oh, yes, nice. Okay, manifest bath. Oh, okay. We were just talking about this in the video last week. If you missed my video last week on Thursday, be sure you watch it. It's for taking a manifestation ritual bath on the full moon and new moon. And we always have one coming up. So it's a good time to start as on the new moon leading up to the full moon. So the manifesting bath is really an amazing way to manifest. It's also an amazing place to heal. Water is a conductor of energy. So it will help you release better when you're releasing old pain, memories, traumas, anything like that. Being in the bathtub, you could just cry it out. Let those tears just go right into the water and then down the drain. Release it. And know that it has left you, that it has left your energy, and that you can be more healed and whole after this, okay? And when you're manifesting to bring in new energy, It's like you can just imagine that the water that you're immersing yourself into is filled with all that love and creativity and joy that you want to experience in your life. And then when you get into the water, let your body soak it in, let your body drink it in, so that you're actually able to transition the energy within the cells of your body. So manifesting baths are very, very important. They are both as good for healing and releasing as they are into attracting and feeling more love. So you can try that at home. I'll do maybe one more heart.
Yeah.
All right. All righty. Okay. All righty. And the other message we have today is help a neighbor.
Oh, I love that.
I love that too, because, you know,
What an act of love.
it's an act of love. And, you know, sometimes people have forgotten to be good neighbors. I think, well, in the Midwest, we're cold, we're bundled up. Everyone seems to be really helpful, though, in spite of that.
I can't tell you guys how many times I have been sitting at the bottom of my driveway. I've had like 5 people in a row pull over because I thought that I was stuck. And I'm like, no, I'm just warming up my car.
Yes.
And like, they'll stop because they're like, hey, do you need to get pushed out? Do you need to get pulled out? And
Yeah.
like, I don't even know these people. But I'm like, oh my God, that's so kind. Like,
I love that about the Midwest. There's so many
Yes.
times strangers have helped me fix my car, my tires,
oh my gosh.
all kinds of stuff, push you out of the ditch. You know, there's actually people that go out hunting for people that need help when
Oh,
there's
yep.
a blizzard,
Yep.
and they don't charge money. They're just doing it to be helpful. I mean,
Acts of service.
acts of service. It's a great way to grow your love for yourself. Know that you're valuable. Know that you have something to offer. Just when you just go help somebody with something small, it could be anything. And where better to start than your own neighborhood? You know, there's usually somebody elderly that needs some help with something. Sometimes there's a single mother that may benefit from actually some more help and support in the community. You know, just reach out. It could be just a normal family living beside you that needs help carrying something to their car or anything. I mean, it's unlimited, but when you show up to help a neighbor, it's a really great way to build community, grow your self-love and value, and you also release some good old chemicals within your body that make you feel more loved, more loving. So there is an actual chemical reaction that occurs when you're generous and when you're doing something kind for somebody.
Yeah, it could be as big as smaller as you want.
Yes.
Because it could be like volunteering. You could be helping like people, you know, at homeless shelters, like doing
Yes.
food or just doing donation work or just donating your time.
Mhm.
Or it could be as simple as just checking in on your like elderly neighbor and like, oh, like, you know, she probably doesn't get a lot of visitors, or maybe I'll just
Yeah.
make her a cake, or, you know, just whatever it is.
Or bringing their mail in, or shoveling their
Yeah.
driveway, whatever.
Just like do it as like an act of just like as a gift.
Mhm.
You know, find ways to give gifts to people, and like your time is really your most valuable resource. Like, I think we don't realize that, you know, that's the one thing that, you know, you can get more money. You can always get more money. You can always get more stuff.
Yep.
You know, you can always make more food, but you can't make more time. So I think, at least for me, in my perspective, I think that donating your time is one of the most giving ways that you could give to your community. So it's, I
Yeah.
always say, like, do like community work, or, you know, service things like shovel someone's driveway, or yeah, just finding ways to like, or even just sitting, like even going to like you know, I'm not sure if any of these are open right now with COVID and the pandemic, but like sitting with people like in old folks' homes, maybe just like spending time
Yeah,
with
I
them.
don't think that they're open yet, but what they could do is maybe offer to deliver some food to them,
Yeah.
right? Just door to
Yeah.
door, like pick it up, deliver it.
Yeah.
Or, you know, there's a lot of ways that you can be creative. There's endless ways. I remember last year when everything was shut down, we looked out the window and there is like a senior living place right across the field from us. And I saw like some dinosaurs hopping by, and I'm like, what? And there were people dressed up in full, huge size dinosaur costumes hopping along the
They're
walking
just
trail
making them laugh.
just for joy, you know. And then the people that couldn't leave because of the restrictions,
They're all looking out the windows
They're-
and laughing. And
yeah, and it's just spreading
sitting on their
joy.
balconies and
Yes.
laughing at the dinosaurs hopping in the field.
Yeah, it was so cute.
So cute.
Yes.
And it made us happy.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was something that just spread the joy.
Yeah.
So anyways, I think that's a good place to kind of end today.
Yeah.
And just be mindful and thoughtful about the energy and vibration of love and how you're experiencing it every single day, how you're growing it within your relationships, and how you're participating with the community or the world around you in the vibration of love.
As we close out, ask yourself, make it a goal for yourself today, or whenever you watch this, even if this has already been pre-recorded, how are you giving love to others, and how are you giving love to yourself?
Yes. And not just out through acts of service, but through feeling.
Yes, feel it.
Feeling
Feel
it.
it.
Feeling it. Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Well, let's see who is going to get the love charm bag today.
All right. I'm looking through the comments here. I'm looking through YouTube and Facebook. Let's
Good,
see
good.
who said hashtag love charm bag.
No, these
Drum
are
roll.
magical little things. And this one is so cute. This one has a ginormous rose and a tiny little heart. So it's usually the reverse. It's so cute. We made up some like this just to mix it up a little bit, mix up the energy of the bag. But they're all blessed and they're all supercharged by Lonnie and I. So they have a beautiful, beautiful love vibration on them. You should, when you receive it, carry it with you for at least 2 weeks. Put it under your pillow, put it in your car, your pocket, your purse.
That rose quartz is supercharged. Just
Yes,
saying.
yes. Just keep it near you to help you and assist you with increasing your love vibration and helping you attract your soulmate. Okay?
Absolutely.
All right. So who won?
All right. It looks like Holly Lee.
Holly. Woohoo! Yes.
Woo!
Yes. Awesome. Well, we're going to get this in the mail for you right away, Holly. And thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. So, gosh, yeah. It's just a really wonderful show. And I just want to be like, I feel very grateful today. I feel like we got some good messages came through for us. And I really hope that they benefited you, that you'll be able to really connect in with that energy in your real world, in your own life, in your own body, in your own relationships. And just know that you are loved, you're valuable, you're whole, you're healed, and you're ready. Okay? So thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys.
Yes, thank you. We love you.
Also, anybody who's messaging in the comments and calling out people specifically to give private readings, that's spam. It will be deleted just for future reference.
Yeah, that's not allowed here.
Not allowed.
That's not allowed to come in here and connect with people.
Mm-hmm.
So this is about spreading the love. Okay, that's not it. So
All right.
okay,
Everyone.
thank you guys so much.
Love
We'll see you
you.
next week. We love you. Bye-bye.